There is currently a clash between the Conservative mayoral candidate Susan Hall and the Liberal so-called newspaper The Guardian. Why? Because Susan Hall said that the Notting Hill Carnival is dangerous. Well, yeah. Welcome back to Tousi TV. Let's talk about what is happening in London and what happened over the last few days. We had the annual Notting Hill Carnival, which is completely chaotic. For those of you not familiar with this, especially if you're watching from abroad, we're going to talk about this so-called carnival in a second, how it's conducted. But Susan Hall said something. It was, well, technically speaking, objectively, it was her opinion, even though it goes with public consensus that the carnival is very dangerous, right? But that's technically her opinion. But The Guardian are not too happy about it, so they've been publishing all these stories and columns and news reports. And of course, all the other liberals on social media have been having a meltdown. We have this article saying the Tory London mayor candidate criticised for offensive Notting Hill Carnival views. Okay. Offensive. So the subtitle of this, the headline says, Susan Hall described the celebration of Caribbean culture as dangerous. She didn't say that, did she? In fact, I'm going to show you what she actually said. But she was talking about how the event and that sort of behaviour is dangerous.
Crime within the black community is something that I have brought up constantly, because we need to assist those communities. And the problem is, the minute we do, we're accused of being racist, or as near as damn being racist. And this is where half the problem is. We need to be speaking out where there are issues. And it's because of this, it's because we are frightened, especially as politicians, especially as white politicians, we are frightened of even saying that. There is an issue with crime in the black community in London. We need to help those communities. But God forbid somebody like me should be saying that. To be fair, our Deputy Commissioner has said it as well as the Commissioner.
She's spot on. She's absolutely right. That you can't say it. It's offensive. Well, yeah, it is true that as a politician, or anybody really, especially a white politician, if you criticize certain things, you're going to get accused of being racist. It is also true, very true, that there is a massive problem within those communities. By the way, I don't like when politicians make things so black and white, saying black culture, because there's a massive difference between upbringing of African cultures, like the British Nigerians, for example, and the Caribbean culture, for example, Jamaica and other places. There's a massive difference between the upbringing, the parenting skills, education, and just the whole culture. And you can see the stats where most of the problem comes from, which backgrounds, which cultures. So it's not really just all black culture, black people. It doesn't work that way. But look at the Caribbeans. You can see the difference between that and certain conservative African cultures. That's one thing. But Susan Hall never said, she never criticized the celebration of the Caribbean culture. She didn't say any of that. She was just saying this event is dangerous, and of course there are still massive problems with knife crime and everything else. Look at these images and tell me that the carnival, Notting Hill Carnival, that happens every year, apparently in celebration of the culture, is not dangerous. Look at these images and tell me you would feel safe to take your family to this event. Look at these images of what the police and the local authorities had to deal with after the mess that it was created. How many people were targeted and injured. And of course, when it comes to the touchy, physical, creepy stuff that happens on a regular basis to women and men as well at this point. Is this really a family-friendly event that happens every year? Or is this just a good platform for a lot of people who want to cause chaos, who want to release their energy, and of course, if they want to sell some drugs, they could find so many customers, and there will be some clashes between some dealers with the other dealers, because that's their corner. You've entered their turf and territory. So there will be clashes. Of course there will be clashes. And the police just go out there, stand in a corner or dance around instead of actually monitoring that behavior. Firstly, shut down the Notting Hill Carnival. Just cancel the whole thing. It's not safe for London. It's not safe for local people who live in the area who've done nothing wrong. And every single year, their houses get targeted by a bunch of nutters who go to these events and take advantage. Now, when I say this, guess what they're going to say, the liberals? They're going to say, Maya Tousi just attacked everybody with dark skin. No. No one said that. No one's saying any of that. It's about those who go to these events and take advantage and completely make a mess out of our cities and our local areas. Don't care about your skin color. I care about if you're a criminal. And you are. So, anyway, this is my thoughts on this issue. Let me know what you think. I'm Maya Tousi, and we are the media.